Jane Placco. Tiffany Henyard actually has two political jobs on two public payrolls. As mayor of South Suburban Dolton, or as she calls herself.
Now to important business in Thornton Township, which hit a roadblock tonight, not because of the weather, not because of logistics, but because two trustees refused to show up.
Is Tiffany Henyard the worst mayor in America? Some say yes, pointing to a mountain of evidence suggesting financial impropriety, erratic behavior, and a complete disregard for the well-being of her constituents. Buckle up, buttercups. Because this is a wild ride into the chaotic world of Dolton, Illinois, and its controversial supermayor. Our story begins not with the current chaos, but with the whispers that preceded it. Even before she ascended to the mayor's office, Tiffany Henyard, then a trustee, was known for her unconventional methods. During budget meetings, she'd strategically abstain from votes on tax increases, painting herself as a champion of the people while secretly paving the way for future tax hikes once she secured her seat. I do talk to Dawn residents, mainly seniors, she'd say, and every senior is either on a fixed income and they can't afford the increase. A clever tactic, some might say, a blatant manipulation of public sentiment, others would argue.
Their absence prevented Supervisor Tiffany Henyard from filing a vacancy on the board. So what is going on and why the power play?
Then came the election. Henyard ran a campaign fueled by promises of transparency and fiscal responsibility, a stark contrast to the reality that would soon unfold. One resident, recalling a Zoom meeting from the early days of the pandemic, described a citizen's address where the question of a policy to present bills over $5,000 to the board was raised. Henyard's response: a convoluted explanation of past mayoral spending limits, blaming the board for restricting her authority and conveniently limiting the mountain of unpaid bills accumulating under her watch. The accumulative bills that the tree trimming company had submitted was not one bill for $66,000, but it was multiple bills in the accumulation of, she trailed off, leaving the implication hanging in the air. But the tree trimming bills were just the tip of the iceberg. Soon, allegations of extravagant spending on lavish events, think $65,000 on Christmas ornaments, $40,000 on electrical work, and $30,000 on special events in just 3 months began to surface. One resident, clearly exasperated, recounted a $500,000 check signed by Henyard alone, bypassing the required dual signature process. Y'all wonder why we worried about the money? This is why we worried about the money, they exclaimed.
Dawn and Scott, the meeting wrapped up early because two trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up. Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official decisions.
The accusations didn't stop there. Henyard's opponents accused her of manipulating the hiring and firing process, using her position to install loyalists and silence dissenters. You put that ordinance in place to help secure your people that you had put in the water department, one trustee stated, accusing Henyard of protecting those who were not up to par. The same trustee further claimed, the water department is messed up because of who you hire to run the water department.
You must show up to your scheduled board meetings. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but you must show up to say yes or no, or vote present.
The power struggle between Henyard and the board escalated, spilling over into public meetings that quickly devolved into shouting matches and accusations. One trustee, Jason House, described the situation as a shell game, where Henyard used her position to subvert the board and spend unapproved taxpayer funds. You voted against 99% of the progress, House accused Henyard. 99% of the progress for this village you voted against. Henyard's response? A rambling Facebook Live rant, where she accused her opponents of a power and money grab, threatened arrests, and promised to reveal evidence at a later date, a promise she has repeatedly made and failed to deliver. I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved, she declared. I will be pressing charges. The lack of specifics, of course, only fueled the speculation.
I don't even like to use the term stopping the meeting. We just want to get some responsible adult, communication and try to do the right thing by the citizen.
And then there's the matter of the billboards. Massive posters bearing Henyard's image, emblazoned with slogans like "Keeping My Promises," "Fighting for My Residents," and "The People's Choice," appeared throughout Dolton. One resident compared the situation to that of a South American dictator, a sentiment shared by many others. They drew a parallel to Nicolas Maduro, noting the abundance of his image and the feeling of dictatorial control. Henyard's controversial actions extend beyond Dolton. In her role as Thornton Township supervisor, she faced similar accusations of financial mismanagement and political manipulation. Trustees boycotted meetings, expressing concerns about transparency and Henyard's attempts to force through her agenda without proper review. One trustee stated their unwillingness to participate in what they considered chaotic proceedings and expressed a desire for more responsible governance.
Because somebody's doing something doesn't mean progress is happening, but we need to know that progress is actually being made and the best things are being done for Thornton Township.
The annual turkey giveaway became another point of contention. Critics suggested the event served as a distraction from the ongoing financial and political issues. A trustee questioned the urgency behind Henyard's attempts to convene meetings, expressing concern that such meetings would lead to a repetition of past excessive spending.
So annually, Thornton Township has this turkey giveaway, so it isn't anything new. Yet some trustees say that Supervisor Henyard, she is using this to deter.
Legal challenges mounted against Henyard. She initiated lawsuits against village trustees, and a judge overturned some of her personnel appointments. The FBI launched an investigation, and Henyard's landlord filed an eviction lawsuit due to unpaid rent, expressing financial hardship and highlighting the significant income Henyard received. The situation has become so bizarre that it's almost comical. Henyard, dressed in gangster-inspired attire, once even had a DJ play Rihanna's Better Have My Money at a village meeting, a move described by critics as an attempt to intimidate opponents. People look at politics like a joke, one trustee commented. It's like a mockery right now because of all this stuff. And yet, despite the mounting evidence against her, Henyard remains defiant. She has launched a re-election campaign, boasting about her supposed landslide victory to come. Just like Trump, I'm coming in on a landslide, she declared. Unfortunately, Democrats didn't do their job. Her opponents, however, are far from giving up. The community does not want to continue under her leadership, said Trustee Kiana Belcher. I'm not shocked because I know her. Definitely not shocked.
I got smoked pork ham hocks. I got smoked turkey.
The saga of Tiffany Henyard is a cautionary tale of unchecked power and the dangers of unchecked ambition. It's a story that continues to unfold, leaving many to wonder, will Henyard's reign of chaos finally come to an end, or will she continue to manipulate and mislead her constituents? And what does it say about a community that allows such behavior to persist? The YouTube comments section adds another layer to this already complex narrative. One commenter succinctly stated, she definitely has been exposing herself. Another commenter, reflecting on the past, wrote, back then, people should have realized what she was. And now look what happened. These comments highlight the growing frustration and disillusionment among residents who feel betrayed by Henyard's actions. They also underscore the importance of vigilance and accountability in local politics. The seemingly endless stream of controversy surrounding Henyard raises serious questions about the future of Dolton and the effectiveness of its governance.
We walking through Dolton. All right, we're in Brightwood now. We are in Godly now. We in Bloomington, baby.
The constant legal battles, financial scandals, and accusations of misconduct paint a picture of a community grappling with the fallout from Henyard's leadership. The fact that these issues persist, despite numerous investigations and public outcry, raises concerns about the checks and balances within the system and the ability of residents to hold their elected officials accountable. Beyond the financial irregularities and the public spats, a deeper pattern emerges. Henyard's actions seem calculated, almost theatrical. The flamboyant attire, the dramatic Facebook Live rants, the strategic timing of the turkey giveaway, it all points to a deliberate attempt to control the narrative, to deflect criticism, and to maintain her grip on power. This isn't just incompetence, it's a calculated performance designed to keep her in the spotlight, regardless of the cost to her constituents. Some have even suggested that Henyard is actively cultivating a reality star persona, using the controversies to boost her public profile and maintain her relevance, even if it means sacrificing the trust and well-being of the community she swore to serve.
It looks like a misspending of tax funds. I think that's the biggest concern.
The situation has also highlighted a troubling lack of oversight within Dolton's government. The fact that Henyard's alleged misdeeds have persisted for so long, despite repeated warnings and investigations, suggests a systemic failure to hold her accountable. This raises serious questions about the effectiveness of the village board, the role of internal controls, and the willingness of those in positions of authority to challenge Henyard's actions. The lack of transparency and the apparent disregard for proper procedures have eroded public trust, leaving residents feeling powerless and disillusioned. The ongoing legal battles and the FBI investigation are crucial steps, but they are only a part of a larger problem that needs to be addressed to restore faith in the integrity of Dolton's government. The story of Tiffany Henyard is more than just local politics. It's a reflection of broader societal issues surrounding political ambition, accountability, and the erosion of public trust. Her actions serve as a stark reminder of the importance of informed citizenry, active participation in local government, and the need for robust mechanisms to ensure transparency and accountability in the political process. The events in Dolton should serve as a wake-up call, urging communities across the country to be vigilant in monitoring their elected officials and to demand higher standards of ethics and responsibility from those who hold public office. The future of Dolton, and indeed the health of local democracy everywhere, depends on it. So will the next election bring about meaningful change, or will Henyard continue her controversial tenure? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, stay tuned for more juicy celebrity gossip.